Hey everyone, I'm Mooley, I'm an artist from the UK and this is my first YouTube video. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be drawing a cool demon skull design from start to finish and explaining my process as I go along. Let's begin. So I'm going to start by just sketching the basic shapes that I need, trying to make sure the proportions of the skull are okay. We can make some changes later, so there's not too much pressure at this stage. I love drawing skulls and faces and kind of creepy looking stuff, to be honest. I need to study anatomy more though to improve my work with designs like this. Get that basic skull shape with the evil looking horns and teeth and the shapes coming together. I'd just quickly like to point out my main inspirations for making this channel, and that would be 3 other channels that I watch regularly. That's Jazza, previously Draw with Jazza, 1000 Art, love 1000, amazing work, and also Peter Draws, really relaxed, chilled out videos, nice to just zone out to. So right now I'm erasing the heavy pencil lines off camera, kind of rolling the design back so that I can come back in with the pen and make some subtle changes to improve the line work. Before that though, I'm just adding some very faint lines for the dripping blood which is going to be flowing out of the eye sockets. Got these Pigma Micro fine liner pens which we're going to be using to ink the drawing. Going for the biggest one, get some nice thick lines on the paper. This one's a 0.5mm tip. This set goes down to 0.2mm. I did struggle to draw whilst filming, in my normal way at least. I'm usually a lot more hunched over the page, and doing it like this I had to keep my arms out in front and my head back. Definitely had to be a lot more deliberate and careful with my pen strokes. I'd just quickly like to say that if you're enjoying the video, please hit that subscribe button and get the bell on so that you can see my future videos. And if you want to, give the video a like and leave a comment with your thoughts or something you'd like to see me do in the future. I really want to make this channel a success so that I can do what I love full time. Thanks guys. Starting to add some details and it's really coming together now. And that's the inking done for now. We might come back later and add some more detail or some dot shading or some other kind of cool shading. But for now it's on to colouring. These are the Ohuhu markers that I'm using at the moment. So from the start what I wanted to do with this design was have the eyes be a bright solid red colour and have the blood dripping down over the face. So we're going to pick this red colour and black to fill in the mouth and nose. These markers are pretty good. They're insanely cheap for how much you get if you compare it to something like Copics, which luckily I have never used, or I would probably never touch these. I have to be careful with these because some of the colours displayed on the pens are nothing like how they appear on paper, so it's best to check on a separate bit of paper first. Also, there's a tiny bit of bleed out on the paper when the colour goes down, so I have to watch out when I'm filling in a tiny area or the colour can spread past the black fine liner. But I think that's normal really. I think this is looking really good, loving the contrast between the black, white and red. I'm definitely going to go back to inking and add some dot shading. I think that will look really good too, add some realism to the skull and really make it pop out of the page. Before that though, I'm going to quickly pencil out a simple background idea I had. I'm mostly focusing on the skull, but I do want something for it to sit against. Going for these diagonal parallel dripping lines, and they're going to alternate in colour, so some more heavy contrast. So, once I've erased the pencil lines and inked the guides for the background, I'm jumping back in with the black marker and filling in 2 of the panels so that it alternates between black and white. And oh man did this take a while, so I'm activating hyperspeed on this section. My black marker was also on its last legs before this, and now it's totally drained. Alright, so now for the most important part. I'm going to use the 03 fineliner now, which is a 0.35mm tip. With this, I'm going to begin dot shading. I'm a huge fan of dot shading, or stippling as I believe it's actually called. With one technique, you can add incredible shading and texture in a way that looks really detailed. The downside is it takes a long time. Luckily this piece is quite small, so it only took 45 minutes. A piece I did a couple of months ago needed several hours of dot shading. I'm definitely going to do a video like that on here though. I didn't realise how satisfying it was to watch dot shading at extreme speeds. Suddenly the piece starts to come alive. You get a splash of realism and that gritty, grainy texture, which complements the solid block colours really well in my opinion. Now back to the original 0.5mm tip for the finishing touches. Some areas are getting some extra dot shading with the bigger tip, and I'm thickening out some lines at the bottom edge of any shapes to add some final shadows and depth. I decided to leave the teeth as solid pearly whites. I think it makes them a bit more eye-catching. And there we have it. From start to finish, this piece took about 2 hours, and I'm super satisfied with the result. Yeah, I know it's a bit edgy, maybe the upside down cross was a bit far, but obviously it fits well with the aesthetic I'm going for here. Maybe I'll draw something more wholesome in the next video. But yeah, real happy with how this came out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe to my channel. This right here, making this video, drawing this artwork and talking to you, this is my dream job. I know it could be a reality, but it's hard to believe it right now on day one of the channel. Anyway, I hope you either learned something, or I've inspired you to make your own art, or you just like chilling out and watching me draw whilst I blabbered on. If you did, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, get subscribed, check out my Instagram @MooleyArt, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe.